I never thought a single missed yoga class could change the direction of my life, but it did. My name is Jessica Blake, and I've been married to Ryan for almost 7 years. Like most marriages, ours had its fair share of ups and downs. We met in college, young, full of dreams, full of promises. We promised forever. But sometimes, forever can start to feel like a habit. For the past 6 months, I had been struggling with something I couldn't quite explain. I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't glowing either. The spark Ryan and I once had was dimming. Work stress, his late nights at the firm, my freelance writing deadlines. Everything in our lives had become functional, not emotional. Then came the yoga classes. Ryan had suggested we take a couples yoga course every Saturday morning. It'll be fun, he said. Help us reconnect. I agreed, more for him than myself. But truth be told, I was hoping for the same thing. A gentle way back into each other's lives. Our instructor, Liam Carter, was not what I had expected. He was calm, centered, with a quiet confidence. There was a softness in the way he spoke, but a sharpness in the way he observed. Tall, lean, with deep green eyes that seemed to read people before they spoke. Liam had the kind of presence that made people lower their voices and listen. The first 2 classes, Ryan came along. We struggled together through the poses, shared clumsy laughs, and felt like a team again. I missed that feeling. But by the 3rd week, Ryan started getting caught up at work. He sent me alone with a kiss on the forehead and a "have fun, babe." By the 5th week, I had stopped asking. So I kept going alone. Something about those yoga classes began to awaken something inside me. Not just physically, but emotionally. I started looking forward to them. Not just for the breathing exercises or the silence, but for the way Liam noticed me. He'd correct my posture with a gentle touch. He'd offer soft encouragements. "You're stronger than you think, Jessica." Simple words, but when you haven't been truly seen in months, even soft words feel like thunder. One Saturday after class, the skies opened up into a summer rainstorm. The other students scattered, but I stayed back, watching the rain fall through the studio windows. "You okay?" Liam asked, his voice calm like always. "Yeah," I smiled. "Just avoiding the rain. And maybe avoiding going home." He tilted his head. "Rough morning." I shrugged. "Rough few months, maybe." That was the first real conversation we had. No poses, no stretches. Just 2 people talking. He listened. Really listened. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I wasn't invisible. The next few classes felt different after that. Liam would linger a little longer when adjusting my pose. His eyes would meet mine during meditation. There was a quiet energy between us, an unspoken rhythm. It all came to a head one morning when I arrived early for class. It was just the 2 of us. Rain again, almost as if the sky was giving me permission. He was adjusting the mats when he looked up. "Jessica," he said slowly, "can I ask you something?" "Sure." "Why do you keep coming?" It was an honest question, but one loaded with meaning. I didn't lie. "Because I feel something here I don't feel anywhere else anymore." He stepped closer. "I feel it too." The silence that followed was heavy. Our eyes locked, and something unsaid passed between us. "Can I show you a stretch that might help with all that weight you carry in your lower back?" he asked. His voice remained professional, but the undercurrent was unmistakable. I nodded. As I moved into the stretch, he positioned himself behind me, helping guide my posture. His hands were firm, but respectful. It wasn't inappropriate, not inaction. But the emotion behind it? That was different. It was attention. Focus. Intention. "Breathe in," he whispered. "You're safe here." For a moment, I closed my eyes and let myself feel it. The touch of someone who saw me. The warmth of being wanted without being asked to give more than I had left. When the class ended, neither of us said much. But that stretch, that moment, it stayed with me. Back at home, Ryan didn't notice the change in me. Or if he did, he didn't ask. He was buried in his work, in his deadlines, in everything but us. Over the next few weeks, my sessions with Liam became more one-on-one. Not officially, but I'd show up early, and he'd be there. We'd stretch, talk, share quiet jokes. I wasn't cheating, not physically. But emotionally, I knew the lines were blurring. Then one day he asked me something unexpected. Jessica, are you happy? I didn't answer right away. I want to be. I finally said. I'm just tired of being the only one trying. Liam stepped closer. You shouldn't have to carry it all alone. There was a pause, a breath, and then he reached out. Not to touch me, but to lift my hand and hold it gently in his. If you ever need a place to just be, not as someone's wife or someone's responsibility, but just you, I'm here. I didn't pull away, but I didn't go further either, because deep down I still loved Ryan. I just didn't know how to reach him anymore. The next week, something changed. Ryan came home early from work one night. He looked tired, but different, like he had been thinking. Jess, he said softly, I've been distant. I know that. And I don't blame you if you're frustrated. I stood there, unsure of what to say. I want to fix this, he added. I miss us. Tears welled in my eyes. We talked that night, really talked. About yoga, about work, about feeling invisible, about Liam. I didn't hide it. I told him everything except the stretch, because the truth was, it hadn't gone that far. But the emotional part? I was honest. He listened. For the first time in a long time, he truly listened. In the weeks that followed, Ryan started coming to yoga again. At first, it was awkward. Liam remained professional, kind, distant. But the change in Ryan? That was real. He started holding my hand during meditation, smiling at me during poses. We found each other again, slowly, but surely. I didn't stop going to yoga, but I stopped needing Liam's attention to feel seen. Because Ryan had started seeing me again. And sometimes that's all we really need.